Ever since I was younger, I idled independence and grew impatient to gain my own. I don't doubt that many of you felt the same way, and when you got annoyed with your parents' rules, you packed up a bag full of your favorite toys and was certain on running away. That was until you realized that you're 7 years old and there truly is no other place to be besides home. As I grew older, that scenario started becoming a reality, and shortly after my 18th birthday, I packed up all my things and unpacked them into a place I now call home. As corny as it may sound, with great power does come with great responsibility, and the transition straight from adolescence to adulthood is something that I'm still slowly but surely learning today. I got my first taste of adulthood when I moved out and began living on my own. When I started unpacking my old things and combining them with the new, everything was beginning to mesh together so perfectly. I was able to create a completely new atmosphere of my own. I was happy to have a space of my own, and it felt rewarding. I felt accomplished. As good as I felt, that feeling was short-lived. Once the excitement wore off, I realized it was easy to get caught up in my new life and completely forget about my old life. I grew busier with work, trying to maintain my home, pay bills and my own groceries, something that I never really had to worry about before. Loneliness easily crept up on me, and I unintentionally grew further away from my family, my siblings especially, people that I couldn't go an hour without talking to. For once, I started to miss them. I started to miss them barging into my room unannounced, waking me up from a peaceful nap, and my sister rummaging through my clothes because somehow your sister's clothes are always better than your own. I started believing adulthood wasn't all it was cracked up to be. I grew curious on how people did it, how everybody made it look so easy, how they maintained a home, a relationship, friendships, work, all of the above. I learned that there's a balance that everybody has in life, and it's necessary to have that balance in order to achieve happiness in those areas. I had to come up with a solution because there's no way that I could live like that. I picked up baking as a hobby because now I had an excuse to drive hours away to see my siblings. I had to give them delicious treats, and I had to stay for a while, catch up on our lives together, do fun activities that we liked doing in the past. I also made sure to text and call friends that I wanted to reconnect with, people that I haven't seen in a while, make sure that they're doing well, so I didn't abandon those relationships. I realized that me moving out and starting a life of my own doesn't mean I have to abandon who I once was and leave everything behind. Now, it felt like I had cracked the code on early adulthood, and it brought me to a new level of emotional maturity that I now possess today. I have now found genuine joy in living in the real world and being able to not rely on anybody. I don't doubt that this will help me in my future, and I'm really excited to be living the life that I am living today.